light's back on.
Is it?
Yeah. It's so bright. It's as if something's different from the previous episode.
I don't know. Maybe nobody noticed.
They did.
They did?
They totally did. And if they didn't, I'll make sure they do.
Anyways, today's new episode of Boyan and his buddy, we are talking about a topic that is so close to our hearts.
Our hate-filled hearts.
Our devastated by hate. No, really. Like we're talking about what B refers to as pet peeves.
I was dying for this episode. I was so looking forward to it. This is me. If you distill what I am to its essential component, it is ranting about things that I hate.
Yeah, we wanted to start this video again with some Q&A, but unfortunately nobody asked us anything. Look, I saw a comment somewhere.
Okay.
Somebody posted a video of us
Okay.
to somebody else, somewhere in the interwebs. And somebody was like, who the hell are these guys? And somebody wrote below that, like, hey, it's Boyan, the Bible Illustrated guy. And I remember reading it, I was like, more like Boyan, the pet peeves guy. Like,
hopefully we'll get there. Baby steps.
yeah, so in today's episode of Boyan and his buddy, we are talking about things that annoy us. Well, let's start with the fact that somebody referred to me as the buddy.
Well, they know me. They don't know you. And now you're fruiting the reaps of you.
No.
Hey, Boyan, share it on your social media. Well, this is what you get.
Yeah, so first of all, look, guys, it's super cute. Super cute. It's super cute when people wrote that I should not correct B's pronunciation. That was super cute. And it was also super cute when somebody wrote that they thought I was super condescending. And what was the? I remember the entire comment. It was adorable. It was adorable.
And I'm like calling you an idiot, screaming at you, hitting you.
Yeah, it's in our first episode actually.
And
he's like, you idiot, and people are like, hey, Em, why are you picking on Boyan, our dear Boyan, Bible frustrated hands author. No, look, it was super cute.
Oh man,
it was super cute. I'm not used to being referred to as the buddy.
My pal.
My pal. Oh my god, the Fallout.
Yeah.
The Fallout picture. Oh my god. I'm gonna frame that, by the way.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna frame the mice version that you wrote as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna have them both on my wall.
I can paint it now.
Hey, before we talk about pet peeves, let's talk about something nice. Have you started working on your New Year's resolutions? Hard no.
Hard no. Okay. We're trying, but the split second I come home today, I will go to bed. No drawing, no recording, no prayer.
I actually cleaned my pantry. I guess that's the.
Oh yeah, that ticks off one resolution.
It's an hour. It's a day's work actually. It's a whole day, and I'm like not super satisfied. But the thing is, I went home. I left the wife and kids at my wife's parents' house, and I was alone today, and I threw a lot of stuff. Not out the window, but I threw it away, which I would never be able to do if the wife was there. She would be like, "Oh no, we can't throw that." Well, she wouldn't be. She wouldn't be like that. I'm over, dramatic,
you're practical, and she's borderline hoarder, so. Not that bad, but
no, she's really not that bad. But we still have so many things that I just want to destroy.
Yeah.
And today, oh my god, the feeling. Since we're talking about pet peeves, small things that annoy me.
Yeah.
Always hordes of
stuff,
unused things.
Yeah.
And I threw it away today. Oh my God, the feeling.
The liberation.
Oh my God, the feeling.
My pet peeve is, okay, because I live with my parents, but not for very long.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Pray for him, guys. Pray for him.
If you followed our last episode. Anyway, I'm very absent-minded. In fact, I forgot that we were supposed to record this today.
Oh my God, this is the first time I'm hearing that.
And that is why I'm dressed like an idiot.
For the second time.
Yeah.
In a row.
And oftentimes I would forget my keys at my apartment. So I would ring on the intercom for my father to let me in, and the split second he sees me at the door, he would say, "Where are your keys?" I flip out at that. Like, don't say that. Don't say anything. And it annoyed me so much that, for example, in my new apartment, I started referring to the entrance hall as "Where are your keys?"
I now know at least five different situations where I must have annoyed you a lot.
Yeah, but those aren't pet peeves. Those are big things that annoy me.
No, I mean, for example, when we're setting up for the podcast and I'm like, boy, you're super slow.
No. Okay, guys, we have a Trello board. Trello is a dating app for people who have nothing better to do than to torment other people on that board. So
it's a project management tool.
And because he is obsessive compulsive, it's like this. "Hey B, I made a Trello board." And like, yay, super fun. Put your ideas. Okay, but no, put them. And okay, I'm putting them. No, you have to install this beauty add-on. Okay, where do I click? You have to post this code into this very concealed button, and then you press it, and then okay, where is it? I can't find it. Oh, you're so slow. And then we have and enter into a vicious cycle. And then I finally make it, and he's like, "Do you know that you can change the colors of the columns?" And I'm like, "Please, no more, no more." And yes, you can.
This was not over dramatized at all.
I am just projecting how it felt.
No, there's something called artistic
license,
liberty,
license.
Whatever. But this is really taking it too far. Paste the code into a button.
Okay, that sounded bad, but
that sounded ridiculous.
Shut up. And you did. and here's the color palette that you can use in
I'm giving it to him on a plate. And like I'm making things easy for him. And he's like, "Oh my God, this is overwhelming."
And I put those colors on my end. So it's not like if I change the colors of those columns, he won't see that. He'll see his colors. I see my color. And I send it, and he's like, "Did you finish it?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I sent him a screenshot. "Really? Those are the colors that you chose?" Like, and this is the reason I'm not married. Not to listen to such things. But I got back at him because he was working on a tab of his, writing down Serbian proverbs. Kill.
He just overwrites everything I did. My hard work.
I didn't know.
Gone forever.
I didn't know that was how it worked. Good thing we found out the wrong way.
Yeah, neither did I. And I was expecting to find like the history, the versions. No.
Well, as that webcomic name goes, lesson is learned, but the damage is done.
Well, I'm sorry I annoyed you, but all the things that I sent were super easy to follow.
Right.
You're just very bad at tech, and that's a fact.
Okay.
It's super simple.
You want to hear more about my pet peeves about you?
Oh, please, do share.
Sometimes Anne will get over-enthused about making me do something for my benefit, which which is very nice, and they thank you, but now I'm not going to thank you. And that's usually something like, oh, let's set up that microphone. Let's add that microphone. But let's add that microphone. Okay, fine, what do I do? Start Skype, but I don't use, start Skype. Okay, forgot password. Okay, reset
That's
password.
totally not the way it
Shut
was.
up.
Dear God.
I'm
Never do anything good for people. Guys, never do anything good for people. Don't.
I told you that like 50 times by now.
Don't. You didn't. You said do nice things to people.
No. And we need to add that Serbian proverb. Pomozi sirotu na svoju sramotu. Or in
Help
English.
the poor to your shame.
Or English version, no good deed goes unpunished. That's so true. I regret absolute majority of them.
No, it's because, let's not explain. Well, let's not go into depths of explaining jokes and explaining things until the next episode. But anyways, sure. So I annoy.
I didn't finish. So I finally did you attach the microphone? And like, oh god, no. So I have to get the microphone, then I have to go into the hell underneath my desk and work with cables and dust and other horrible things. Then I arise gloriously from underneath the table, and of course I pushed it into the wrong cable.
The wrong input?
Jack, whatever it's called, input. And then he's like, let's share a screen, and then that's not working, and...
If you don't mind me just explaining for a little bit.
Sure.
It all boils down to, call me via Skype and let's screen share. And that's basically what he explained with, no, Skype, microphone, do this, do that. Anybody except you,
yes,
whom I would say something like this would be like, sure, just give me a sec to turn on Skype. Or would be, I'm calling.
I hate Skype.
Well, okay.
It's easier to kill a lich than to close Skype.
So all your pet peeves, all your, if I may say so, angers with me,
anger issues,
anger management, whatever, come from the fact that you're a complicated person.
I am.
You're such a complicated person, and that's it.
Complicado.
Muy complicado.
I love that GIF.
Oh God.
That's a pet peeve too.
Yeah, I know. There's a programming language.
Okay.
Which 99% of people from Serbia call Java. And it's actually Java.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Actually, the same thing was with Microsoft Word, because everybody calls it Word.
In Serbia, because that's the Serbian version.
Word, and one of the previous episodes, I had to say it, and I had to actually...
you have to make yourself say
word instead of word.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's so...
I know. I call it word. Like in my mind. You know, one thing that also kind of annoys me with when I read English,
okay,
or when I'm speaking with somebody, I count and use numbers in my head in Serbian. I don't generally, especially when I'm reading, I don't read them in English. Believe it or not, it makes things very complicated sometimes. You know, when we're just
like how. Like when you have to say a number out loud?
Yes, like you have to talk about a year, about a century, for example. You know, it's just different.
Maybe you're dyslexic with numbers.
I don't think so. But I do have a problem from time to time remembering dates. I do.
Oh, by the way, once I read this nifty Twitter thread called "The Best Passive-Aggressive Ways to Reply to Emails."
Okay, I love those. I mean, those kinds of...
You have the classics as per my last email, which is classic. But my favorite one, the best passive-aggressive way to start an email is, in the spirit of striving towards excellence.
Oh, dear God. Dear God.
It's so condescending.
Yeah, so let me read an email that I got. I will translate it from Serbia. So I bought a what do you call this in English?
This?
Yeah.
Radiator?
Radiator. Do you actually say radiator?
I'm pretty sure you do.
So the heater? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's radiator.
So I bought a radiator because I thought I need one, and I don't. While in every single other country other than Serbia, when you don't like something, you just return it. In Serbia, you can only do that if you order it online.
For some reason.
For some reason, it's super. And I'm like, I went back to the store and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't need this. Please let me buy something else.
Yeah.
I'll buy something more expensive. Like just let me, I don't want it because I don't want to go through the trouble of actually selling it online because I'm already overwhelmed with stuff I'm trying to sell which nobody wants to buy, like an elliptic trainer.
This will be good.
And so what they need to do, like the guy was like, yeah, okay, we'll do it, blah blah blah, but we have to send it to the
management.
Well, no, to the service.
Okay.
Because then they have to pronounce it as valid, like nothing's wrong with it, right? And then and I go into the system, right, and they create like
ticket.
They create a ticket, a case for me, right? And they deny it. So it starts like, in Serbia they would say respected, respected person.
Yeah.
To a respected person. So respected person. During our testing of the device, we did not notice any issues that you have stated.
I did not state an issue.
Exactly. In the spirit of good business relationships and trust you have given us, we will forward the device into an official service. This is like 7 days later, for detailed testing. After the testing is done, you will be notified of the results.
I'm imagining like those test dummies you use for testing car crashes, like sitting around the radiator.
No, but seriously, it should be a no-brainer. I actually thought that they were going to look at it and be like, okay, here's your money.
Oh, I have to share a great story with you. Like a friend of mine was supposed to travel to China. It was a business trip. So he was
recently.
No, this was maybe even 5 years ago.
Nowadays, I don't think anybody wants to go to China.
China will come to us.
Yeah, hashtag coronavirus.
Hashtag airborne. So anyway,
is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's airborne.
I don't think.
By the way, there will be like 2 million Chinese people.
But there are already 2 million Chinese people. You mean infected?
I mean dead.
Okay, God forbid. And anyway, so he was supposed to travel to China. It was a business trip. So he's, ordering ticket online. And the ticket is about, so his company is paying. And the ticket is about...
The best trip.
And the ticket is about $1,000, for example. The price doesn't matter that much, but it was expensive. And he sees this option underneath. And it says, if you pay additional $50...
Okay.
In the case you cancel the ticket, you will be reimbursed like 95% of the ticket price. Okay, so he buys the ticket. Everything's fine and dandy. He gets a confirmation email. But, the little devil on the shoulder, like, ask them. So he got this question and he wanted to ask them. And he's like, Dear China Air, for example, I know what the company is called. In the case I cancel the ticket, will I be reimbursed the additional $50 I paid for the cancel option? Yours truly, Nicola. He gets a reply. Dear Nicola, your card has been successfully cancelled. And she's like, no, I didn't want to.
Oh God, that's...
Yes.
You were bad boy.
When I heard that, this was worthy of a good sitcom joke.
Look, I order on a regular basis from AliExpress.
Okay. No.
And if I have to deal with their support, like just let them take the money. Like okay. I'm not doing it.
It's not worth the...
Because it's literally that. That's exactly how... It's actually even worse.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because it starts with you have to go through a bot.
Oh.
And the bot is like literally, if you mention the word cancel, if you mention the word dispute.
Oh no.
You just get taken through iterations and iterations of them trying to get you to just leave it be.
Okay.
And not open a dispute. So I've actually I'm beginning to I don't want to talk about pet peeves. Every customer support ever. Oh,
Dear AliExpress, the rosaries that I have ordered have 49 Hail Mary beads. And you have a Chinese person
and like a Christian Orthodox. Are you sure this one was blessed by a priest?
Actually, yeah. Here in Serbia, we actually had these prayer ropes, which weren't prayer ropes. These were like bracelets made of little icons. However, because
it's super kitsch.
It's super kitsch. But because people who were making them weren't Christian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you would have an occasional Saint Francis or Saint Dominic.
Because why not?
Yeah, because hello, dear Christian.
Yeah, I can imagine them just googling icons random icons.
No, just printing them in bulk and whatever you get.
Let me give you a story about that.
Okay.
So I had a friend. This was maybe 10 years ago, more. I don't know. At a point where I have just converted to Christianity.
To truth.
I was like an agnostic, and then I converted to Christianity. Orthodox Christian, yay! And at some point, obviously I'm wearing a cross that I was given when I was baptized by my godfather. Well, actually, his mom bought it. It's a cute little cross. And I found a wooden cross with Jesus Christ, on the cross.
Okay.
Right?
The corpus.
Yes, corpus, exactly. And a friend of mine who was Christian, when he noticed that I'm wearing that cross, he was like,
yeah.
"Why are you wearing that?"
A Catholic cross.
And I'm like, "What? Like that's Roman Catholic." And I'm like, "It's a cross." He's like, "Yeah, but you see, the thing, it has Jesus on it, and it's not." And I'm like,
"Oh no,
it's a cross with Jesus on it."
Catholic Jesus.
He's like, no, that's not Orthodox. And I'm like, have you been to a church? Are you
kidding me?
We ended up we were in a fight because of that. To me, it was like, are you kidding me? And he was insistent on the fact that that's not how you do cross.
Do you want to hear a very dark story about that mentality?
Yeah, sure. I was mad at you once for something you did.
Like when I prevented you making the sign of the cross?
Yeah, I wanted to, choke you.
Yeah, that is a pet peeve. That is a good pet peeve.
I wanted to choke you.
I know. I like it. So anyway, a friend of mine had a stepfather. And during the wars here on Balkans, during the siege of Vukovar, his father took him to Vukovar, which is like a war zone. Maybe it was controlled primarily by Serbs at that point, but taking a child.
It was a very much a war zone.
Yeah, and a friend of mine recalls that there was a Catholic church that was completely leveled, except one statue of Sacred Heart of Jesus, and Serbs were firing at it, shooting the Catholic Jesus. And I was like,
Catholic Jesus?
That is the same sort of mentality, just, okay, I'm not saying that your friend is like that, but...
No, we're no longer friends. Not because of that, but just saying.
But because,
No, he gained weight. Just kidding.
That's even worse.
Just kidding.
Okay, pet peeves. A real pet peeve time. Public transport. Anything relating to.
Yeah, but not public transport
in
You're used to. It's public transport. We're used. Actually, you're used to. I'm not.
Yeah, because you just can't handle that sort of negativity now in your life. Guys, public transport. You know that saying, hell is other people? No, hell is Belgrade.
Yeah. Public transport in Belgrade is definitely
hell.
It's definitely like, if you want if you want to taste how hell tastes like, that's about it.
Whenever I get completely lazy with my religion, I just take a bus ride, and when I'm like, I need to fix up my act, I just can't handle this for eternity. So, okay, you have standard things like, tons of people in public transport. You have buses and tramways and trolleys that are late, overcrowded.
God only knows how they have permission to actually be on the street.
Yeah.
Like, tires during the winter.
Okay.
You would think they're winter tires.
Okay. Why did you tell me this? Okay, I know that you have flight fright, and I did send you those recovered black box recordings out of pure evil. But why did you tell me this?
Now that I know, I will so get back to you.
Please don't.
I shall.
Okay.
He when he flew.
Okay.
When he was flying. I flew. No. When he was flying, I was actually very nice. I was very supportive. I know you're scared.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, obviously it was, because when I was flying, he was like, "You're gonna die."
Oh, no. Again, it was worse. It wasn't plain you're gonna die. I actually sent him recordings of recovered black boxes after plane crashes.
I think you already said that. But my colleague, Dusan, when we were flying to Munich, he and we were sitting next to he absolutely knew I'm afraid, because I told him, because I want people to know if I freak out, which I didn't. I'm kind of used to it now, thank God. And he was like, do you know why they ask you to get the seat belt
so they could identify you?
Yeah. I was like, thank you, Dusan. That was so nice of you. Thank you. That piece of knowledge is now my life.
It could get much worse. I mean, if I were in a more sadistic mood, I could.
Yeah, because I would only imagine for somebody to have such a temptation of being completely, purely, utterly evil, such as B here, and being a Christian. I mean, I really feel a bit sorry for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, all the evil. Anyways, can I talk about when you made me want to choke you? Did that literally?
Okay, fine, sure.
It was about 10 years ago. That's how all things start.
Good thing that you don't remember evil. Okay.
Yeah, and being myself, we went to the mountain Zlatibor in Serbia. We actually more or less just met. It was a strange combination, and we went there. We stayed at his house there. Yeah. He has a house, and we went to the Divine Liturgy. And at some point, the priest was like, blessing everybody. And I wanted to make the sign of the cross, and he did exactly that. I wasn't even able to like make the sign in my hand. And he was like, and I remember the feeling was like, what the?
I will kill you.
Yeah, I obviously didn't say anything. But he totally ruined the Divine Liturgy for me, because, before it ended,
little anger issues.
Yeah, why did he do that? Like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? So we are, and he said, actually, you told me, like, when you did that, he was like, you should never make the sign of the cross while the priest is blessing you.
Okay, now I realize what artistic license feels when it's aimed at me. I didn't say it like that. That's
exactly
fine.
What he did. That's exactly
No. I did that. I did not say that.
Yeah, I think you did.
I didn't say, you should never make a sign of the cross when the priest is blessing.
Yes, you did.
No, you remember it like that.
Well, okay.
You know.
Well, I remember it as like a demon face.
There is this great graph, how human memory works, and there's this line, and there's this part of the line that keeps extending which is marked that time when I saved a child from drowning. And then there's this part that's shrinking. That time when I fled from a squirrel like a little girl. Oh man.
Anyways, when the liturgy was over, I went a bit berserk, and well, I was nice.
No. You were nice considered how annoyed you were.
I was super annoyed, but we practically just met. We were in his house, staying at his house.
Yeah.
And you know.
So I can kick him out if I want to.
Yeah, and I remember what I told you. I remember literally telling you, "Is God gonna be angry at me for doing it?" That.
And I said yes.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, you accepted it. You knew you were. It wasn't a good thing to do. You knew
because you're a walking time bomb.
Yeah, and I probably, the thing. If I'm annoyed, you're gonna know.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Just do it like me, Be nice, and then snap.
Well, yeah, that's actually. Talk about pet peeves and stuff like that. You're such a complicated person.
Yeah.
He's generally nice.
Generally.
But at some point he would be grumpy for this or that reason.
Oh, okay. Majority of my grumpiness.
Lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep. You guessed it. But not just lack of sleep. I have. You
lash out for literally no reason. I'm like.
No, it's
go home.
No. It's no reason. It's because it's between 3 and 6 p.m.
Yeah.
That is my dark hour.
Yeah.
That is time when I got used to nap. And if I don't get my nap, you will get hell.
No, really, I might get used to not even, talking to you from 3 to 6. But he would snap. He would snap.
No.
Literally no reason. He just snaps, and I'm like, grumpy, go home. I don't say that. I'm not that cool.
I wish you would share what you keep saying for me to snap.
Which is?
Oh, let us tour around the world.
Oh God!
Artistic license. And
I'm not doing this.
Let us record on Orthodox monasteries on Tibet, and then ask Orthodox Dalai Lama about what his opinion on the Pope is.
That's not even artistic license. That's literally
slander.
Being a bad person. Look. I shall explain. During our episode number 2, when we talked about New Year's resolutions, I mentioned that I would like to visit more monasteries, and he said he would like to do it with me, and I was like, cool, that's a cool idea. And then I actually told him, hey, let's go to a monastery. It literally comes down to that. And I don't have the time for that.
No.
Artistic license.
No. Now you're being artistically licensed, because you didn't say let's go to a monastery. You said oh, let us go to monasteries and well, it will be 2 times a month. And no.
Well, because you didn't get the joke. You were already very.
That was not a joke.
2 times. I can't do it 2 times. I can't do it 2 times
a year.
So, really, you didn't get the joke. But still, look.
Anyway, our Tibet series is coming soon.
My idea was to go together and actually talk about wherever we went and post it here or in our audio podcast.
Let's go to that cafe downstairs.
It's a good cafe, but smoking is permitted. We're gonna have to talk about that one time.
Oh, there is a cafe? I wasn't simply for the joke. Okay,
it's right there. But the thing is, in Serbia, you can smoke anywhere.
Except the church. Well, possibly the only place where it's forbidden.
And I'm not sure, but this is a saying in Serbia, might be somewhere else as well. Ex-smokers, such as myself, are the worst non-smokers. The worst kind of non-smokers. And you can't really get to a non-smoking place in Serbia easily because everybody smokes everywhere. It's this luxury that people give themselves. But yeah, really, you shouldn't be presenting me as a crazy person. Let's go 2 times a month.
Do you want me to share the screenshot for everybody to see?
For everybody to see how you missed a joke? Sure.
It was not a joke.
Well, let's have everybody decide on that.
Yeah, let's. If you think that Bible illustrated is right, if you think that body is right,
M, you're such a bad body to be. Here's the M, you shouldn't be talking to B like that. M, if B says you're this, then you're that.
It works perfectly.
Yeah, look, I always knew I was gonna be the guy in the shadows.
And it's a big shadow.
It really is. But you know what I'm gonna do? You see that light over there?
Yes.
I'm gonna keep that one. And you see that light over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So, public transport pet peeves.
You're a bad person.
Okay. People entering the bus while people are leaving the bus. There's a... I think that, like, Satan is, like, really...
Really, this is taking you too far.
Yeah.
Wait for other people to get out.
Yeah.
Then walk in.
Yeah.
You're not in that kind of a rush.
Then, in Serbian buses, you generally have, like, 2 rows of seats, and in every row you have 2 seats. So, like, it's like this.
Everybody occupies
the aisle seat, and they don't sit next to the window because then it is a hassle for them to stand up, and that way they block the window seat so they can sit alone with their thoughts. So in essence,
and then fat people have a very big problem of getting into that seat.
I love nothing more than pushing myself into the window seat. Oh, that's my sole joy. Also, when I'm crossing the street, I always, enter into turbo mode because I don't want to block the street for cars. Yeah. But if somebody does not use the blinker...
Oh, yeah.
Bible illustrated slow-mo.
Now, by the way, B, this is Church Mouse Chronicles.
No, this is a Petty Mouse Chronicles.
Petty Mouse.
Petty, oh no.
But more about traffic coming soon.
I think that we can rant about traffic
literally
forever.
5 episodes at least. But when we're talking about public transportation, you know those people who just stare at you? And they just won't stop staring?